Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am your mental health therapist, John Thewin, and today we are listening to Goodbye Joe by Tom MacDonald. Please leave the next song you want to see me react to in the comments below, and let's get right into it.
America is going woke, the streets are full of fire and smoke. This ain't the way I thought it would be. The White House full of evil folks. Americans ain't free no more. They don't respect folks like you and me.
Whoo, this is already getting deep into how our civil liberties aren't what they used to be and how the government is encroaching on our freedom and our independence. Whoo, this is intense.
Americans ain't free no more. They don't respect folks like you and me. The way we're treated ain't been fair. Fake news on every TV. 4 years we've been in this nightmare while they killed American dreams. We can't afford our lives here. Rent, food, and gasoline. Colors don't.
Oh, I love his comment about the American dream. There's a funny expression about an American dream. They call it a dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Of course, that's me being facetious. Some people absolutely do come up from nothing and achieve everything. But a lot of people don't. And it's good to find, both perspectives on the American dream.
We can't afford our lives here. Rent, food, and gasoline. Colors don't run and I only want it once. Buddy, don't tread on me. I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. No. If liberty and justice ain't enough to believe in, then get out of here and don't look back. Go.
Oh, I love how he's resting on the tenets of justice and liberty in the American values. And a lot of people have left. I remember sitting in this concert right when Trump was elected, and there was this lady in front of me looking for applications of residency for New Zealand. And people absolutely have the right to go where they please. If the political views or the country isn't embodying what you want, you can absolutely move. And it's not that hard to get citizenship in another country in this modern world. So there is so much to do and to see in this world. And if you're feeling like you're victimized in this country, or you're really hating it here, there's other options. And it's such a big, vast country where you can go west to east coast and get totally different impressions in the same country, because that's how big the U.S. is.
We love our home, and if you don't pack your bags, you're free to go. Don't let the big door hit you with a good Lord split you. Wave goodbye to Joe. We love our land. If you ain't friends, buddy will help you pack your bags. Don't let the big door hit you with a good Lord split you. Burn someone else's flag.
America is losing hope, divided by the way we vote. This ain't the way that this all should be. We're fighting over memes and jokes. They're burning flags that we hold close. They think that war's only overseas.
Oh, that cuts deep. You think that only war is overseas, and it's happening right here. It used to be the Civil War, the North and the South. Now it's Democrats, Republicans, woke culture versus not woke culture. There's always going to be things and ideas for people to argue about and go to war with each other about. And it's so important to remember what we have in common with them instead of just looking to tear people's argument down. A technique that really helps me listen actively when I don't totally agree with someone personally is to try to recite what they say in my own words to fully encapsulate what they're saying. Because a lot of times I'll catch myself saying, critiquing their opinions in the worst possible way, and so I just need to try to fully understand it before I criticize. Seek understanding and not judgment. It's such a hard thing to do.
The way we're painted ain't been fair. So what, you don't know me? You got something to say, well I'm right here. Thank us for the freedom of speech. You like to claim I don't care, cause I ain't gonna bend no knees.
Colors don't run and I only want it once. Buddy, don't tread on me.
Yeah.
I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. No. If liberty and justice ain't enough to believe in, then fact. If you look close, you'll see America. She don't look quite like she did. This ain't the country that our parents love, but I still hear her on the wind.
Like she's echoing throughout, rippling throughout nature. And let's not forget the 3 words starting the Constitution. We the people. Not I the person. We the people. Our collective embodiment as a country is so important to consider, that we're very individualistic in American society, but it takes a community to raise a kid, for instance. It takes a community to become the best person that you can be. No one's a self-made person. And so oftentimes I think we need to have more communities as Americans, because we can only get so far by ourselves. We need people to support us when we're down and to be there for them when they're up, and vice versa. And I think it's so important to realize that we need people in our lives and to use them as supports when things get really hard.
We love our home, and if you don't, pack your bags, you're free to go. Don't let the big door hit you with a good Lord split you. Wave goodbye to Joe. We love our land. If you ain't friends, buddy will help you pack your bags. Don't let the big door hit you with a good Lord split you. Burn someone else's flag.
Wow, I love it so much. And I've worked with people who kind of have this attitude of self-victimizing themselves when it comes to being an American, whether that's they're a minority feeling like they're oppressed, or because of a neighborhood where they see a lot of vicarious trauma, street shootings, gang violence, for instance. And it's so important to remember to not stay in a relationship that's victimizing you and that's abusive to any degree. And whether that's moving across the state, across the country, moving somewhere where you feel more accepted, safety is absolutely crucial for trauma work. It's crucial for human growth and development. And I would argue if you don't feel safe, you can't grow. And we see that working with children who are chronically in high levels of stress. They have learning disabilities. They have hard times picking up information because their bodies are on fight or flight. And that is on overdrive, so hard to reconcile when you're not feeling safe. So thank you so much for listening. This song was absolutely amazing. Goodbye, Joe. If you have any other songs you want to see me react to, please drop them in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to more Tom MacDonald songs. He is so talented. And I love what he does for recovery and his commentary on America and politics. It's just all so amazing. He's got some courage for sure. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Music Therapy.